Hello everyone, I'm Catherine Keller and thank you so much for joining me on this video today. I wanted to go over a few questions that I got this week in my inbox and or Twitter that I thought were very important questions that people were asking, and it got me thinking, and so I wanted to share with you. And the first one that I was asked on Twitter was, how do I make my brand more popular? And I think that, interestingly enough, I've gone through business school. I have marketing in my background, educational and experience. And there's a lot of techniques, there's a lot of philosophies. Use this color font to psychologically send this message. Do this on your social media. This needs to be here on your website because it's the first place people's their focus goes to. So there's a lot of books that you can read, a lot of philosophies you can read, and they are important to keep in mind because they work. If they didn't work, we wouldn't be using them over and over. But really the most important thing that I try to get across to the clients that I work with is that marketing yourself, your uniqueness, your authentic personality that you have is really the best marketing technique that you can have. And as I wrote previously, for those of you that have kept up with the blog or newsletters, that was a very, very difficult concept for me, in particular because I had years of teaching in a classroom on how to market yourself, and I had my type A personality that needs to find information and find out how other people did it, and that's how I wanted to do it, how they did it. But how they did it was best for them. It wasn't what was best for me. So making your brand popular, if you're a sole proprietor, or even maybe just a small partnership, you've got to market yourself. You've got to market the person that you are, your likes, your dislikes, your quirks. I always talk about my type A personality and my OCD and how girly I am. Those are the things that you guys have gotten to know about me. And in a sense, that's marketing who I am. I could worry about the fonts on my website, or I could sit here and talk about how ridiculous I can be in certain aspects. And you're going to connect with me a lot more on my quirks and my single motherhood stories than you are going to be on whether I use red, green, or magenta as a font color on my website. So don't get overwhelmed with all of the information. Do study it. I give lots of there's a lot of great marketers out there who have a lot of great tips and advice, but really the number one focus on becoming a popular brand is making sure you're true to who you are and what you believe in, your uniqueness. The second question I got this week was really cute. It was a response to my newsletter last week. And she just wrote, as a single mom, how do you have a personal life? Owning a business and have a personal life. And I think the honest answer is that I don't have a personal life. I don't think that's a good answer to give you, though. That doesn't sound very good. I do have a personal life. I have 2 kids I have to raise, but I try to get away from them every once in a while. For me, because I am a planner, I like to be organized, there's 2 things that have really helped me to make sure that I find that balance. And honestly, it's still a work in progress for me to find that balance. Because I can become a workaholic. So one of the things that I do is my 5 must-dos for the day. And this is not anything that I read it in a book. Several books have talked about this. So this is not news, but this is something that's really worked for me, is your top 5 for the day. These are the 5 things that you have to get done for the day. I can fill literally notebooks of to-do lists, things that I want to or need to or should get done. And that's just completely overwhelming. But when I break it down to my top 5, then that seems manageable. I could do 5 things. I can get 5 things done before my kids get home from school. And it just helps alleviate some of that stress. And that way, when those 5 things are done, anything else is bonus. But if I want to spend time with my kids, if I want to spend time with friends, then I feel a lot more relaxed because I feel like I've accomplished something. And the second thing I've gotten really good at is scheduling. I've always been, I like my schedule. My son is the same way. He's always been this way, that he likes a consistent schedule. He likes to know what's coming up at what time, what are we doing this evening. Even as a baby, a very consistent schedule. And if we got off the schedule, there were temper tantrums and crying, and it was mass hysteria. And that's kind of what I do when I get off my schedule. There's a lot of temper tantrums and me crying. But, you know, I have my calendar and I can look at a week in advance, and I make sure that I put on there Thursday nights are girls' nights. Saturday night I'm going out with my sister, whatever it may be, so that I can look at the week and I can say, wow, there is a lot of work and no play. Or I could say, oh, there's a lot of play and no work. And it's really helpful for me to be able to do that. So I recommend sticking with your top 5 of the day and getting a good calendar system going where you can make sure that on paper you've got a pretty decent balance going on. So thank you guys so much for sending me questions, because I love when you make me think about what I'm doing, and then I can somehow try to translate that into a video for you guys. And so I really appreciate you sending me questions. I look forward to tweeting with you more and Facebooking with you more. And if you have any questions at all, you can always email me at Catherine@chumkubo.com. Thanks, guys.